welcome to the new video of class 9th polynomials. So in the previous video we have done with the splitting the middle term, or basically I can say the factorization of the quadratic trinomials. So now we'll be doing with the factorization of cubic polynomials here. So I'm writing here the factorization of cubic polynomials. So these are somewhat lengthy questions, so please keep in mind about the steps which I will be doing here. Okay, so now I'm taking here a question first. I'm taking here x cube px. I'm taking here the polynomial here, x cube plus 3x square minus 4x minus 12. Okay, so how to solve for this thing? So the first you will be finding out the one factor from here. Basically we will be having here the three factors, because its maximum power is 3, which means its degree is 3, so it means we will be having here the three factors here. So now first factor we will be finding out by just using the hit and trial method. So now how to find that thing? Just see here. Firstly put x equals to 1 here. Firstly put x equals to 1. Okay, substituting 1 plus 3 minus 4 minus 12. Okay, so 1 plus 3 will be 4, 4 minus 4 will be 0, 0 minus 12 will be minus 12. So it is not equal to 0. You have to find at which the value will be 0. Okay, now substituting minus 1. In this way only you have to substitute always. So first you have to substitute for 1, then for minus 1, then for 2, then for minus 2. Up until you will be getting the value as 0 here. So now putting for minus 1 here, so I'll be saying minus 1 cube plus 3 into minus 1 square minus 4 into minus 1 minus 12. Okay, minus 1 cube will be what? Minus 1 here, minus 1 square will be plus 1 into plus 3 here, minus 4 into minus 1 plus 4 minus 12 here. Okay, this 3 minus 1 will be 2, 2 plus 4 will be 6, and 6 minus 12 will be what? Minus 6. Again this is not equal to 0. Now finding for 2 here. Okay, so finding the 2, substituting the value here, 2 cube plus 3 into 2 square minus 4 into 2 minus 12. So 2 cube will be 8 here, 2 square 4, 4 into 3 will be 12, 4 into 2 will be 8 and minus 12. So this plus 8 and minus 8 cancel, plus 12 and minus 12 cancel. So answer here will be 0. So in the previous topic, the zeros of the polynomial, what we have discussed, the value which we will be substituting here, and the answer is 0. So can't I say in this way, therefore 2 is 0 of the polynomial. Since on substituting the value as 2, the answer is 0, so I'll be saying therefore 2 is 0 of px. So if 2 is 0, then what is it's a factor? So factor will be x minus 2 here. So I'll be saying therefore x minus 2 is a factor of px. Keep in mind, if we are having the 2 as positive 2 as 0, the factor will be x minus 2. Suppose if we will be having in this way, suppose if I'll be getting minus 3 as a 0 of px. Suppose we'll be having this thing, then I will be saying x plus 3 is a factor of px. So I hope this will be clear to you. We'll be doing some more questions regarding this as well. So our first factor we have find out, which is your x minus 2 here. So now it means if x minus 2 is factor of px, it means when we will be dividing this x minus 2 by px, the remainder should be what? 0 at that time. So coming to the next only, continuing this question now. So we have find out that x minus 2 is factor of px. It means when we will be dividing this x minus 2 with px, the remainder should be 0 at that time. So I will be dividing this x minus 2 with this x cube plus 3x square minus 4x minus 12. So you have learned for the long division in the previous video. So x should be multiplied with x square to get x cube. Minus 2 into x square will be what? minus 2x square. So this negative and this positive, so this will cancel. Plus 3 plus 2 will become what? 5x square minus 4x minus 12. So x should be multiplied with what now? 5x. So this will be equal to what? 5x square minus 2 into plus 5x will become minus 10x. So this will negative, positive. Okay, 10 minus 4 will be 6x. So x should be multiplied with what to get 6x? I will be saying plus 6. So I will be getting 6x minus 2 into plus 6 will become minus 12. Changing the signs, all will be cancelled and the remainder will be 0. So keep in mind, in this case, the remainder should always be 0 here. Why I am saying? Because I am saying that x minus 2 is a factor of px. It means when we are having the factor, the remainder is always equal to 0. This we have discussed in the factor theorem as well. So now this one is 0. So you know about the concept of dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. So now what's the dividend here? Dividend is this one, and this we have taken as what? Px. So instead of dividend, can't I write px? What's this divisor here? So divisor is by which we are dividing, that is of x minus 2. And what's the quotient? This one, that is your x square plus 5x plus 6. And what's your remainder? Plus 0. So no need to write that 0, because we know if we will be adding 0, no change in the answer will be there. So I can say px is equal to x minus 2 and x square plus 5x plus 6. So you have find out with one factor. Other two factors will be coming from this one. So we'll be factorizing this quadratic trinomial. So on factorizing this, x square plus 5x plus 6. So you know the sum is what? The coefficient of x, which means 5, and product is 6 multiplied by 1, that is 6 only. So find the two numbers whose sum is 5 and product is 6. So we know that numbers are what? 2 and 3 here. So can't I write in this way? X square plus 2x plus 3x plus 6. So taking common from the first two, x plus 2, and taking common from the next two, that is 3x plus 2. So taking common x plus 2 and x plus 3. So in the previous video we have discussed with the factorizing quadratic trinomial. The same concept we'll be doing here. So now can't I write this px in this way now? X minus 2. So this x square plus 5x plus 6 is what? X plus 2 and x plus 3 here. So these are the three factors which we have to find out. So in my opinion these things will be clear. Again, just discussing with the same. So firstly we'll be solving with the hit and trial method, in which we will be having substituting the values. So firstly substituting 1 here, then minus 1, then 2, and then minus 2 again, until you will be getting the value as 0 here. So at 2 I have got the value as 0. So x minus 2 is factor of px. So I will be writing here also 2 is 0 of px. So since this 2 is 0, so x minus 2 is your factor here. It means when dividing x minus 2 by px, the remainder should be what? 0 here. So I have divided this x minus 2 with this thing, and the remainder is 0 here. So this we have done the long division only for finding this quotient only, since we have to use this quotient here. So next we have to use the lemma. Dividend is divisor into quotient plus remainder. So dividend is what? This thing, and this we have taken as what? Px. Divisor is your what? By which we are dividing, that is your x minus 2, and quotient this one, x square plus 5x plus 6. So we have seen here, we have find out with the one factor. The other two factors will be coming from this quadratic polynomial. So I am again factorizing this quadratic polynomial. On factorizing this, I will be getting x plus 2 and x plus 3. Then substituting this x plus 2 and x plus 3 instead of this. So I find out x minus 2, x plus 2 and x plus 3. So in my opinion, this will be clear to you. Coming to one more same question like this. So our next question is like in this way. So py equals to y cube minus 23y square plus 142y minus 120. If you are not given with this, if you have not given this polynomial py, just name by your own only. So now first is substituting y as 1 here. So putting 1, so that will be 1 minus 23 plus 142 minus 120. So now 1 plus 142 will be 143, and minus 23 minus 120 will become again minus 143. So answer will be what? 0. So at 1, the answer we will be having here is 0. So I can simply say therefore 1 is 0 of Py. So I can simply say therefore, okay, if 1 is 0, it means the factor will be what? X minus 1. Suppose here we are having minus 1, then factor will be x plus 1. So x minus 1 is factor of Py. It means when dividing x minus 1 this Py, the remainder should be 0 here. So I am dividing here x minus 1. Okay, sorry. We will be having the polynomial as yn, so I will be taking a y only. So keep in mind about this thing. If your variable is in y, then factor will be also by y only. So y cube minus 23y square plus 142y minus 120. Y should be multiplied with what to get y cube? I will be saying y square. So y cube minus 1 into y square will be minus y square, negative, positive. Cancel. Minus 23 plus 1. So I will be getting with minus 22 y square. The rest will be coming same here. Okay. Y should be multiplied with what to get minus 22y square? I will be saying minus 22y. So here we will be having minus 22y square. Minus 1 into minus 22y plus 22y. Again this positive, this negative. Cancel. 142 minus 22. We will be left with 120y minus 120. Y should be multiplied with what? 120 right now. So 120y minus 1 into plus 120 minus 120. Changing the signs, all will be cancelled, remainder will be 0. And I have told you earlier as well, your remainder should be always 0 in this case, because we are saying y minus 1 is factor of Py. So now coming, dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Okay, what's the dividend here? This one. And this dividend we have taken as what? Py. Divisor in which we have dividing here, that is your y minus 1. And what's your quotient here? Quotient this we have find out. Y square minus 22y plus 120. And your remainder, that will be plus 0. If you want to write, you can write, but no need for writing, because plus 0, nothing will be changed. So now, first factor we have got, that is your y minus 1. The other two factors will be coming from this quadratic polynomial. So y square minus 22y plus 120. So factorizing this quadratic polynomial here. So now sum is what? Minus 22, and product is 120. So the coefficient is coefficient of y is minus 22, and product 120 into 1 will be 120 only. So suppose both the two numbers whose sum is minus 22 and product is 120, that are what? Minus 12 and minus 10 here. So minus 12 and minus 10 on adding minus 22, and on multiplying you will get positive 120 here. So now y square, okay, this minus 22y will be written minus 12y minus 10y plus what? 120. Okay, taking common from the first, y minus 12, taking common from second. From second we'll be taking as minus 10 common. When taken common, we'll be left with y here. This positive will be converted to negative, since negative has been taken out, and y minus 12. From both, y minus 12 is common, and we are left with what? Y minus 10 here. So now, this Py can be written in this way now. Y minus 1 and this y square minus 22y plus 120. This can be written in this way. Y minus 12 and y minus 10. So these are the three factors which we'll be having here. So in my opinion, you are clear with how to factorize the cubic polynomial. So please try with the questions given in the book. So in my opinion, these all will be clear. So thanks for watching this video. Please like, share and subscribe, and comment if you have any doubts. Thank you.